to get his reaction to the State of the State address. Plus, we're live in Washington, D.C. as the president prepares to address the nation, and live from the Super Bowl with a look at OU players suiting up this weekend. And when will this rain let up? The OU Nightly weather team has the answer. This is OU Nightly. Thanks for watching OU Nightly. I'm Dana Searles.
And I'm Cameron Joyner. We begin tonight with that relentless rain outside.
Yeah, Cameron, it really hasn't let up all day, so let's get over to meteorologist Colton Williams with the first look at the forecast.
Yeah, ladies, have had several rounds of rainfall really starting late last night, going into the early morning this morning, and now continuing into this afternoon. This is a large system going on across Oklahoma now, and it's very slow moving, and that's what's bringing us a lot of rainfall. Right now, the heaviest rain off to our northeast, moving into the Tulsa metro, back down I-44, now ending on the west side of the Oklahoma City metro, and still a couple of showers going on in far southern and southwestern Oklahoma. More is on the way. Campus Cam is looking good. It's dreary out there. Hey, Stone Weber is out. He is bearing the cold, giving us a live update. Stone, what do you see out there?
Colton, you know how things are on the OU campus. It rains, the streets start to flood, and that's been the case today. Take a look at this video from near Elm and Lindsay. While we aren't talking serious flash flooding, it's definitely starting to back up in some areas. If you'll be out on campus later today or tonight, rain gear is a must. Of course, if we do get more rain, make sure to keep an eye on those areas where water does back up quickly. Reporting live from the South Oval, Stone Weber, OU Nightly. Colton?
All right, Stone, good work as always. Again, Campus Corner dreary. This pattern continues as we head into tomorrow. I'm going to have all the timings and impacts coming up here in just a few minutes. For now, ladies, back to you.
Thanks, Colton. Tonight, all eyes are on Washington, D.C. as President Biden gets set to give his State of the Union address. And OU Nightly is there. Noah Mack and Gabriella Tumani join us live from our Washington, D.C. bureau with a look at what we can expect tonight. Noah, Gabby?
Dana, Cameron, we're here in Washington, D.C. You can even see the Capitol here behind us, where President Joe Biden is going to give his second State of the Union address in just a few hours. Biden is expected to talk about his administration's accomplishments so far and set the tone for 2024, even though he has not yet announced official plans for re-election.
That's right, and there are plenty of issues for the president that is expected to be talked about tonight, economy being one of them, arguably at the top of minds of most Oklahomans right now. He's probably going to point to the job report that just came out from January. 500,000 jobs were added over 500,000 jobs were added to the job market, and a record low unemployment rate since several decades ago. But the Oklahoma delegation, their tone is going to be a lot different than the president's coming out of tonight. They've criticized the president for his handling of the economy, pointing towards inflation that's affecting Oklahomans directly in their bank accounts.
Yeah, that's right, Noah. And a lot of the members of the Oklahoma delegation have been talking about border crisis and immigration. Senator James Lankford just put out a statement ahead of the speech tonight asking the president to address the border crisis situation, promote legal immigration, and put an end, quote, to illegal immigration. He also invited the Border Patrol Council president to give a speech tonight.
Yeah, and another really popular issue with the Oklahoma delegation is China, especially in light of the Chinese spy balloon that was just shot down over the coast of South Carolina. And now 5 out of the 7 of the delegates from Oklahoma tweeted in the last couple of days. Most recently, Markwayne Mullin tweeted today and condemning the president's handling of the spy balloon and hoping that he addresses it tonight.
That's right. The president will address the nation tonight at 8 p.m. Central Time, and the White House will also stream the live speech on social media and also on its website. We're going to continue to track down the Oklahoma delegation's reaction to this speech. That's it from us for now. Reporting live here in Washington, D.C. for OU Nightly, I'm Gabriella Tumani.
And I'm Noah Mack.
Noah and Gabby, thank you guys for that awesome team coverage from Washington, D.C. And now back here at home, it was the governor's State of the State address getting a lot of attention on Monday. Today, OU Nightly got an exclusive interview with Lieutenant Governor Matt Pinnell. Our Jaden Brannon is live in the newsroom. Jaden?
That's right, guys. Governor Stitt gave his annual State of the State speech yesterday at the Capitol. In his speech, he addressed some of the key issues for Oklahoma, including education funding, DEI programs in schools, and state taxes. Today, I got to sit down in an exclusive interview with Lieutenant Governor Matt Pinnell and ask him about some of these topics. Here's what he had to say.
I think performance-based pay in some ways will work inside our public education system, but only if those teachers are paid a very competitive wage to start with. We absolutely need our universities across the state of Oklahoma to be prioritizing career placement, while at the same time making sure there's diversity and equity in our programs across the state. I think there's going to be a number of bills this year to limit or not allow gender changing minors. Again, adults, that's your choice to do what you want if you're an adult, but we're going to protect kids in the state of Oklahoma.
Lieutenant Governor says he's extremely concerned about the state of the teaching industry in the country and is hoping to help bring change here in Oklahoma. Cameron, Dana, back to you.
Thanks, Jaden. Now to the latest on that devastating earthquake in Turkey. OU Nightly's Ireland Fitzer has that and the rest of today's headlines from around the world. She's over in the news center. Ireland.
The death toll continuing to rise, that number now at 7,000 dead. According to the United States Geological Survey, the death toll could be as high as 10,000. The country's disaster agency says 5,700 buildings have collapsed. This is one of the deadliest earthquakes of the century. New York Representative George Santos is currently expected to face an investigation from the House Ethics Committee. This after several reports of questionable manner. Republican House Speaker Kevin McCarthy speaking on the matter.
Ethics is moving through, and if ethics finds something, we'll take action. Right now, we're not allowing him to be on committees.
Santos has been accused of embellishing his resume in the past, as well as alleged sexual harassment. And here in Oklahoma, former Oklahoma City police officer Daniel Holtzclaw's lawsuit is settled. He was charged with multiple accounts of rape and sexual crimes while on duty. The Oklahoma City City Council reached a settlement deal for each of the 5 victims, totaling to $129,500. Holtzclaw is serving a 263-year prison sentence. Cameron, Dana.
Thanks, Ireland. And Campus Corner has been buzzing with the opening of what's being called the largest Raising Cane's anywhere. OU Nightly's Cade Kennedy was there for the ribbon cutting and shows us all the excitement.
Raising Cane's is coming back to Campus Corner, and marketing manager Nathan Packer knew this was the right decision.
We don't want to leave campus. You know, our partnership with the OU, as you can see in this restaurant, it's very strong.
Judging by those standing in line, students seem thrilled that Cane's is reopening on the corner.
How excited are you that Cane's is on Campus Corner?
Very excited. I'm pumped, you know. We missed it in the dorms. We get it back. It's going to be great after a night out.
It's good to see, especially that it's come to this location. This is a very hot spot. It's going to be a lot of foot traffic right here.
Including these 4 freshmen, who stayed outside for almost 20 hours just to be the first in line.
3, 2, 1.
Now that the doors are officially open at the new location, make sure to come by and grab your Caniac on the corner. Reporting from Campus Corner, Cade Kennedy, OU Nightly.
Today, the Oklahoma Blood Institute held a drive in the Heritage Room in the Student Union. Due to the recent bad weather in Oklahoma, there's all the more need for blood donors. The bad weather causes cancellations, and those cancellations strain the OBI blood supply. We spoke to OBI's Mallory Sapp about the impact that the weather has had on donations.
When weather strikes, the first thing that goes are people, businesses are working from home, students are going virtual, and so our locations are canceling. And with those cancellations, it's a big hit. So we do look for places to go to make up those units.
You can visit the Oklahoma Blood Institute to donate blood and help Oklahoma end this blood shortage.
And one local film production studio here in Oklahoma is upping their game with some new state-of-the-art equipment.
Carolyn Felling has these stories and more in Science and Technology when we come back.
And coming up, find out how students from Edmond are competing in a national competition.
And how they could win up to $5,000 while doing it.
Prepared as your family if a tornado shows up at your doorstep, or a flood, or a hurricane. You can't just turn away a natural disaster. That's why it's important to go to ready.gov/plan now. It has the tools and tips you need to make an emergency plan with your family. So if disaster comes knocking,
let's go.
You'll be ready to help keep your family safe.
It's just a pizza.
Yes. Make a plan today.
Meet the Scan, a simple procedure whose mission is to detect lung cancer early.
I'm here to save you.
But I feel fine.
That's great, but you may still be at high risk for lung cancer.
Oh man, that's a new fence.
If you smoke, early detection could save your life. Learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Local students are trying their knowledge on a national level. OU Nightly's Carolyn Felling has that story and others in today's Science and Technology Report.
Yeah, guys, students from Sequoia Middle School in Edmond are competing in the National Science Bowl. Thanks to the U.S. Department of Energy for this video, you can see those students participating in past years. If the students from Edmond advance, they can win up to $5,000. Competition is February 11th. And according to a study done by Hello Pharmacist, they're finding that Oklahomans expect to live 1 year less than the average state expectancy. The average person aims to live around 80 years old, 2 years longer than the national average. The study also revealed that 38% of respondents take medications in hopes of living longer. And one film studio in Oklahoma introduces a virtual set with an LED virtual production studio. Boiling Point Media is using virtual sets and special effects to bring production to life. And according to the Greater Oklahoma City Chamber, Boiling Point Media is growing the film's industry and unveiling their new LED virtual production studio. This will allow local filmmakers to learn new techniques in the industry. And the advancement was made possible through the grant from the Oklahoma Department of Commerce. Cameron, Dana, back to you.
Thanks, Carolyn. Well, in this Super Bowl, there will be a number of former Sooners who are going to be on the field.
I know, super exciting stuff. So make sure you stick around for our live coverage out of Phoenix.
And plus, here in Norman is looking a little gloomy with all this rain.
I know. Colton, what do you have coming up for us in weather?
Ladies, rainfall wrapping up now, gearing up for round number 2 coming in tomorrow. We're going to have all that and more on the other side of this break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
To Sophia and Gabriel. Even though these old knees can't follow on your adventure to the forest today, these flowers represent my love. These stitches and threads join us together. And wherever you see a flower, a bird, a beautiful tree, know that my love is with you.
Make the forest part of your story at a park near you. Find one at discovertheforest.org.
Hey world, I have a quick message. It's about safe driving. All right, let's go. Anytime you're driving, have the seatbelt buckled tight. Both hands on the wheel and your phone out of sight. When not in your hand trying to text somebody back. Because if you do, your car might get smacked. The moral of the story, just put your phone down. The people on the road will stay safe and sound. Put your phone down, put your phone down. People on the road will stay safe and sound. Yeah.
The central and midwestern U.S. averages more than 850 tornadoes each year, and lately, the number of floods has been rising in the region too. So chances are, there will be more twisters and floods near here again. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are, you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has all the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
The family's visit to the forest inspired a beautiful question. Mother, mother, am I a tree? You tell me to stand tall. You tell me to stay rooted. I think I am a tree. My child, of course you are. But what kind of tree will you be? The kind to hug or the kind to climb? Doesn't matter what you choose, so long as you choose to be a tree that's kind.
Make the forest part of your story at a park near you. Find one at discovertheforest.org.
All right, welcome back to OU Nightly. Thanks for joining us. I'm Colton Williams. Dealt once again with rainfall all throughout the day today. Campus cam looking good now. We are finally starting to dry up here on campus and in the Oklahoma City Metro right now, but still left with a lot of puddles on the sidewalks and more rain on the way. All right, so right now, again, this big system going on, really the center of it, this is really the center of it here out in the Texas Panhandle. This is going to track slowly eastward overnight tonight and into tomorrow to bring us our final round of rain coming in tomorrow. Right now, the heaviest rain going on in the northeastern parts of our state, really from I-44 all the way from northeast to the Oklahoma City Metro. There's some heavy rainfall going on from the Tulsa Metro back to Bristow, back through Lincoln County into the Oklahoma City Metro, where we're still continuing to see a little bit more showers. Again, finally starting to taper off here. Showers are becoming less common here in the Metro from west to east, and that's the way it'll end overnight tonight before tomorrow's round comes again on throughout the day tomorrow. Okay, so right now seeing about 3/4 of an inch here in Norman, a little over 1/2 inch in Oklahoma City. Some parts of our state have already broken 3/4 to 1 inch, and we'll see some more again as we head into tomorrow. But again, there's the center of that low pressure, and it's spinning and it's very slow as it tracks eastward. That's why we're seeing multiple days worth of rain here over the Sooner State, and this is going to continue again into tomorrow. So throughout the evening, this evening again, we'll hang on to 70% chances really throughout midnight. Before then, overnight rain chances will taper off. Before then, tomorrow we kick them back up again. Temperatures, they stay steady and low. Before then, finally late tomorrow, we will taper them off and we will be done with rain again until early next week. Okay, so again, headed into overnight tonight, rain will taper off here in Oklahoma City, mainly eastern Oklahoma, going on some heavy showers and storms in southeastern Oklahoma. Before then, coming in tomorrow morning, the morning commute is going to be wet tomorrow for most of us here in the Metro. Before then, throughout the day, that wave will slowly begin to taper off again. Maybe one more quick shot with that wraparound moisture tomorrow evening. But after that, then we're done and we're dry for the remainder of the week into the weekend. Okay, so overnight, again, a small chance here better in the southeastern part of the state. Before then, tomorrow, really central Oklahoma and eastward is where the chance is best. I-35 and east. Again, parts of eastern Oklahoma are going to get several inches of rain out of tomorrow's wave. Okay, so tomorrow again here in the Metro, really temperature staying quite steady. We're in the 30s for the morning. Before then, we really will be lucky to break out of the mid-40s with rain going on pretty much all day long, ending tomorrow evening. Okay, so here's this wave of rain and storms. That's going to move out of here again as we go to the next couple of days. And then we get quiet. We really get seasonal. Over the next couple of days, we set up under a little bit of high pressure. Before then, we get back into the next part of the weekend and into early next week, looking at maybe a Valentine's Day storm system coming in, and this could bring another good shot of some decent rain. We're going to keep our eye on that as we go into early next week. So maybe some back-to-back storm systems in there to keep our eye on. Now, one thing to know, going into Friday, wind chill is going to be very cold in the teens, single digits in the far northwest. And again, this weekend looking pretty good. Overall temperatures in the 50s for that rain chance returns for your Valentine's Day. Ladies, back to you.
Thanks, Colton, and I am so tired of this rain here. It's really making me jealous of our team who's out at the Super Bowl.
I know. Pierce Leffelholtz is live and warm out there in Phoenix, visiting with some former players. Pierce, how is it?
Out here in Phoenix for Super Bowl week, a couple former Sooners gave their favorite stories from an OU coach. Find out who next.
If a tornado shows up at your doorstep, or a flood, or a hurricane, you can't just turn away a natural disaster. That's why it's important to go to ready.gov/plan now. It has the tools and tips you need to make an emergency plan with your family. So if disaster comes knocking,
let's go.
You'll be ready to help keep your family safe.
It's just a pizza. Yes.
Make a plan today.
Meet the Scan, a simple procedure whose mission is to detect lung cancer early.
I'm here to save you.
But I feel fine.
That's great, but you may still be at high risk for lung cancer.
Oh man, that's a new fence.
If you smoke, early detection could save your life. Learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Hello, and welcome back to OU Nightly. I'm Zoe Watson, and it's time for sports. It's Super Bowl week, and we have super coverage with our very own Pierce Leverholtz live in Arizona.
I'm here in Phoenix for the Super Bowl festivities, and last night's opening ceremonies kicked off the week with a lot of excitement. Before their time with the NFL, Lane Johnson and Orlando Brown trained under intense strength and conditioning coach Jerry Schmidt. Here are their two favorite stories from their time with Schmitty.
I think Sam Bradford was trying to get in the workout one time. I think he was running a little bit late, and as soon as Smitty saw him, he closed the garage door, and as he was right there at the line, it closed on him, so he had to come back in the afternoon group.
And obviously, I'm probably the slowest person to come through that university ever. And every week, our time would decrease by 2 seconds to make it up this ramp in the stadium, in Gaylord Stadium. And so it's the second week, and I didn't make my times. And so I'm fighting with him. I'm like, come on, coach, man, let me finish the workout. He's like, no. So I come back later. I didn't make the time again. It's like 3 o'clock. I ran with the receivers, still didn't make my time. He's like, all right, big dog, we're going to come in, have you come in on Saturday. I didn't make my time on Saturday. Coach Stoops got involved. Can't get more specific, but it was a crazy story. But that's one of the stories that helped put me here.
Super Bowl week is just getting started, and OU Nightly will have coverage up until the big game. Reporting from Phoenix, Pierce Leverholtz, OU Nightly.
Thanks, Pierce. And Maddie Williams continues to add more accolades to her resume. Williams was selected as one of 30 players named to the Naismith Women's Player of the Year midseason team. Williams and her team will continue Big 12 conference play tonight against Baylor in the Lloyd Noble Center. The back-to-back national champions are looking for a three-peat, but without their home run queen, Jocelyn Allo. Here's Patty Gasso.
Did we replace Jocelyn Allo? No. It's impossible, but it's going to take more than one person to fill those shoes. And that's really was more the mentality is we need more power throughout the lineup just to try to pick up her numbers.
3 OU women's gymnasts vaulted into the Big 12 Weekly Awards. Danielle Severs was named Gymnast of the Week. Event Specialist of the Week was Danae Fletcher. And Faith Torres earned Newcomer of the Week. The OKC Thunder heads west to the Crypto.com Arena to face the Los Angeles Lakers. Tonight may be the night where Lakers star LeBron James passes Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and becomes the league's all-time scorer. Back to Cameron and Dana.
Thanks, Zoe. And after winter storm last week hit the South and they're left without power, people are finding ways to get creative.
Find out how those without power are improvising, and we have that coming up next.
To Sofia and Gabriel. Even though these old knees can't follow on your adventure to the forest today, these flowers represent my love. These stitches and threads join us together. And wherever you see a flower, a bird, a beautiful tree, know that my love is with you.
Make the forest part of your story at a park near you. Find one at discovertheforest.org.
Hey world, I have a quick message. It's about safe driving. All right, let's go. Anytime you're driving, have the seatbelt buckled tight, both hands on the wheel and your phone out of sight. When not in your hand trying to text somebody back, because if you do, your car might get smacked. The moral of the story, just put your phone down. The people on the road will stay safe and sound. Put your phone down, put your phone down. People on the road will stay safe and sound. Yeah.
The central and midwestern U.S. averages more than 850 tornadoes each year, and lately, the number of floods has been rising in the region too. So chances are, there will be more twisters and floods near here again. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are, you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has all the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
The family's visit to the forest inspired a beautiful question. Mother, mother, am I a tree? You tell me to stand tall. You tell me to stay rooted. I think I am a tree. My child, of course you are. But what kind of tree will you be? The kind to hug or the kind to climb? Doesn't matter what you choose, so long as you choose to be a tree that's kind.
Make the forest part of your story at a park near you. Find one at discovertheforest.org.
I'm Kennedy Patterson at the OU Nightly Update Desk. Norman Police Department's Critical Incidents Response Team is currently investigating an injury accident on Lahoma and Acres. They say the intersection will be closed for some time. They're asking drivers to avoid the area. Dana Cameron.
Thanks, Kennedy. More than 10,000 people in Texas still don't have electricity after last week's ice storm, so people are getting creative.
Yeah, some residents in Austin, Texas have found a way to share their power by running extension cords across streets, giving at least enough power to charge their laptops and phones.
Austin Energy says it might not be until Sunday before the lights are back on.
And now while Austin is experiencing those outages, we're still looking at some rain here.
Yeah, let's check in with meteorologist Colton Williams one more time. Colton.
Yeah, ladies, thankfully no power outages here, just rainfall, which is really good. We really need some rainfall right now. So this morning's wave, that's going to taper off as we go into this evening. Overnight, rain chances will fall. Before then tomorrow, they kick back up. We'll have rain all day tomorrow. Before then, it tapers off for good until we hit the weekend. Weekend looks good. Temperatures in the middle to upper 50s. Valentine's Day storm system starting to look good on some data. That's rolling in. We'll keep an eye on it. Ladies, back to you.
Thanks, Colton. That's all we have for you tonight. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Cameron Joyner.
And I'm Dana Searles. Make sure you watch OU Nightly weekdays at 4:30 p.m. We leave you with a live picture from Phoenix, Arizona at the Super Bowl.
Our live coverage continues all week. Also, here's a live picture from Washington, D.C. Remember to tune in to the State of the Union tonight at 8. Good night.